Hello BSS, welcome back to my channel. This is Genesis from Genesis Way, and as you can see, we're at a different setting today because the topic of today is a little more intimate, and it is how I learned to love my body. So yeah, this video is a little more intimate, might I say. I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I thought this time was the time to do it, since mostly of us are in quarantine. You know, we're not living the life we used to live, and I think there's a lot of societal pressures to lose weight during this time and do the things that you said you didn't have the time before, and how we're gonna like get out of quarantine 20 pounds overweight, which is completely insensitive, to be honest with you, because everybody copes with anxiety and things that are happening around the world very differently. So I thought that I would share this with you. This is a channel that I not only want to do stuff about beauty and hair, which I love, I also want to share things that I think you will find motivational and hopefully will help you in your journey of life. That's why it's called the Genesis Way. Before I move forward, I would like to invite you to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, which I would love for you to want me to do videos like this. So let's just get right to it. So a little backstory about weight, right? Especially in the Hispanic community. And I'm gonna talk about the Hispanic community because it's the community that I grew up in. As some of you may know, I am from Puerto Rico. I was born and raised there until I was 22, and then I moved to the United States. So fair to say, I lived my whole life there, right? The whole part of my life. And it's very common thing around the Hispanic community where they would do jokes about your weight, and sometimes it's kind of funny because they don't see it as if it's if it's something bad. It's mostly as a joke. And when I'm talking about Hispanic society, I'm not even talking about family in general, because that's not really what it is. It's about everybody. Everybody has something to say about your weight for whatever reason. If you eat too much, then you know what I do and you're gonna gain weight. But then if you lose weight, then you look too skinny. So it's like you can't win ever. I'm someone that I've always liked to eat, but you know, I think being around that community internally has damaged my mind into what I think it should be right. And it's funny because when I was younger, like when I was a teenager, which is when you usually, you know, eat the most or whatever, like I had a lot of more confidence in me. Like I legit didn't care about what people say. I legit didn't care about nobody. It was mostly when I started like going to college that I care more. And it's because you tend to internalize them being fat and ugly are together, and if you're fat and you're ugly, you're not gonna get someone. You're not gonna find love. So that itself was very damaging for my self-esteem. And then the other part of it, it's basically societal pressures. And I also think it's funny because when you encounter people who don't care about it and they would say, oh, you know, but you look fine, you look great, or whatever. I need you all to understand that when it comes to weight and you're someone who the society doesn't think that you look a certain way, it doesn't matter who says, the people that say, hey, you look amazing. If one person says that you don't look good, that's what you're gonna take on because your self-esteem is on the floor. And a lot of this has to do with your mental health. When I wanted to do this video, like 2 years ago or a year ago, when I thought about it, I initially wanted to do it about how I lost weight, because I do want to lose it. And you might look at me and say, oh, but you don't even look that fat. First of all, that is not a good thing to say. But second of all, again, it doesn't have to do with that. It has to do with the fact that, you know, my scale says a different thing. When I go to the doctor, it says a different thing. So you don't know the person's life, so you shouldn't make comments like that. Instead, you know, be more respectful and understanding, and maybe if you need more explanation, you know, invite the person to say more, to talk more. But after I realized that I didn't want to do this video about losing weight, I basically created these steps as to how I learned to love my body. And I want to share these steps with you to help you with your body and your soul. So the first thing is, stop comparing yourself to who you were when you were younger. When I had the wake-up call, because I would see myself in the mirror and I would say, oh my God, I look ugly. The first thing that helped me to make that change was to stop comparing myself to who I was when I was younger. I think we do that a lot, right? We look at photos, and I say when I was younger because I usually, for whatever reason, look at photos when I was like 14 or 15, even though I'm a grown 26-year-old woman. I looked at photos of when I was 14 and 15 and I said, wow, was I skinny that time? What possesses us to do that? Because even if you see a photo of yourself, even if I see a photo of myself of last year and I said, damn, I was skinny that time, like, that is really not a fair comparison. You're a complete different person. The main reason why I talk about, oh, when I was younger, is because that's what I tend to compare myself the most. And not only about weight, but about everything in my life. So that really started this whole thing where I was like, I have to stop doing that, because I'm not the same person, and I'm glad I'm not, because I am more a mature person, more patience person, a more loving person, and I don't ever want to go back to that. So the second step for this journey was that I to start follow people who are from different sizes, and I stopped following the ones who will make me feel bad about myself. Primarily because of what I've chosen to do, which is doing videos. And I follow a lot of people who are influencers and stuff like that. I see them and they're beautiful, because I don't want to bash people that are skinny just because they're skinny. Like, that's really not fair, and I don't want to do that. I want to make very clear that every body is beautiful. But you know, it will make me feel bad about myself, so I just stopped following people. And I also do that in general, like even people that I know that maybe what they post annoy me, I just stop following them, because I don't want that like resentment or whatever anger in my heart. I don't want that negativity in my life, and I don't want to send negativity to them because it's not really their fault anyway. So I just stopped doing that and stopped following people who are from different sizes. And when I say this, it's very important that not only do you follow people from different sizes, but people that are from different races, different sexual orientation. Seeing so much diversity across my social media platforms have really made me more understanding, more aware of other people's struggles and needs, and made me realize that, you know, my problems are not like the only problems in the world, you know? And I actually started doing that after I watched a video from Carrie Dayton and Schultzzie that they did together, because that's one of the things that they said, and it has helped me tremendously. And not only that, but I realized that because you always see a certain type of person, you tend to think, oh, that person is beautiful, which they are. But when you see people from all sizes, you start seeing the beauty in all types of people. And I think that's beautiful. I think that's amazing. So the next step is understand that taking care of my body is for me and is good, and it's not to look good for people's approval. I think that once you internalize, right, and once you in your mind are like, you know, you are beautiful, you're worth it, and then you see other people, you start to realize that body positivity, contrary to popular belief, is not about, oh, let's just be unhealthy, right? I'm a person who I would consider, I'm a regular size person. I'm not considered skinny, nor I'm considered a plus size person. So with that being said, I want to take care of my body, you know, internally. I want to, you know, eat right and exercise so I can feel good, you know, and I can do the things that I want to do, because I eventually want to have children and I don't want to have complications, but it is for me to feel good. It's not for me to showcase it to anybody, you know what I mean? So I don't want to be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna get this kale chips, but there's nothing wrong with that. But if I want to eat a hamburger or a cheeseburger or a pizza or wings, I will do it. And I don't want to feel bad about it. At the end of the day, if I take care of my body in the sense of like, I do my exercises and I do all these things for me to feel good and not to seek for other people's approval, then I'm fine with that. It's important to understand that people who are body positivity, people who are plus size models do exercise and they do all these things, because it's not about not taking care of your body. It's about loving the skin that you're in enough to take care of it. And taking care of it doesn't mean being skinny, okay? And it's okay if that's your goal, if that's what you want to do, but as long as you love yourself. Because honey, if mentally you're not okay, you can be the skinny ass that you can be. You're gonna be unhappy because you're never gonna find peace in your life. So the next step, dance in your underwear. That is it. That's simple. But I actually got this from a influencer that I follow on Instagram. Her handle is Body Pussy Panda. I'm gonna put her this information down below. Her name is Megan, and I saw a video of her like in her underwear, just like dancing and like having fun, and just like it's just so liberating. And when you do it in front of the mirror, like you see yourself as a sexy, you know, powerful. It's so, it feels so good. I don't know how much I can say this. And honestly, dancing in general feels pretty good. Like, and when I say dancing, like, you don't have to have a whole choreography. It's about just moving your body and having fun with it, you know? And I think people do different things whenever they feel like a little bit like down, but I found that one to be one of the best ones that I've ever have experienced. You can do it naked too. But so this next one, it's I would say it's kind of a step, but not necessarily like you have to have it. And I wanted to directly talk to people, especially who don't have it, and is having someone in your life who supports you, right? But I want to talk about the people who don't have that, and because I do have it, and I'm very happy that I do, because it really, whenever I feel down, you know, he, you know, brights my day up. But if you have someone in your life, and when I say someone, this doesn't have only to be your partner, you know, family members, anything like that, that do not understand that you are in a journey to love your body, and they keep commenting on it and they keep doing these things, cut them loose. You either tell them, and, you know, hopefully if they understand, they will move on from it. But if they don't understand and they keep making fun of it, cut them loose. You know why? Because your mental health is worth much more better than any crappy relationship from someone who doesn't value you. Because someone who values you will not diminish you and make you feel less. You know, and when I say support you, it's not like, oh, we'll make you like taking care of your body. We'll also be there with you when you feel crappy. So I think that's a very, very important part of it. And if you don't have someone in your life, it is okay that that someone is you. It's better to not have someone than having someone that makes you feel crappy. And when I say it's better to just have yourself, and that someone can be you, it means that, you know, work on yourself, work on your self-esteem, And because you're the only person most of the time who would make yourself feel bad about it. So you need to work on that first, because I can assure you something, a lot of the time, no, a lot of times, every time that I feel crappy, it's myself to blame. Like there's nobody else. Like nobody else tells me anything about my body being wrong. So that's what I mean by that. I want you to know that being body positive is not only, it shouldn't only be a thing that the media, you know, calls you to do. Like when the time comes, and it will come, that is not popular anymore, I want you to keep on to it. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and now TikTok as well, and all the links will be down below. Thank you so much for joining me on my journey. This has been the Genesis Way. See you in the next one.